just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Jalen Hurts ready to lead them, the second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Shoves him aside. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Here's Hurts to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete with Jalen Noel. And he's taken down inside the 30. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted it.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
At the 37-yard line.
Hurts. Looking left side of, he's got a man. That's Smith. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
16 yards on the play. It's now third and down.
Up the middle they go. Woodard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. On 2nd and goal, there's an option play left. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And on the opening drive of the ball game, And the defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's pile this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. To try again after the sack. Hurts. Looking sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bears take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
3. Looking to throw is Williams. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing is Williams. That's complete. Luther Burden. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
18 more yards. That's another.
To the air, Williams. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's another Bears first down. A 28-yard gain. First down, Bears.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Here's Williams. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10.
A gain of 7 yards. It's now.
They'll look to throw forward with Williams. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the lead.
The extra point is good.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 5. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Shifts by him. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's on his way. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They go play action with Hurts. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll It's incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bears offense and their running back getting set to go once more. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 120 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. To throw, Williams. Over the middle is going to find Burden.
Williams pass.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
To throw, it's Williams.
at the 40-yard line.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Bears, 1st down. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Chicago.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less.
At the Eagles' 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. This will be play number 7 on the drive, 3rd and a yard. Williams going to sneak it. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the 1st.
It's a gain of 2.
Give him 2 on the play there. And the Bears are set up now, 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the gun, here's Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Touchdown
From 6 yards away. And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Oh, look at the juke. Past midfield. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And an Eagles
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. There, and it's 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts under pressure, and they got to him again. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now a handoff up the middle. Woodard. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now Williams throwing to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the mass of bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. That went out wide and intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Up the middle they go. Woodard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Line right through it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up sharp at the 40-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Eagles send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
play. First down, Bears.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And across the midfield, straight into Eagle territory. Now a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3rd and 2.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd.
Looking to throw. Williams. And he will have the Bears first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 162 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Williams, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bears add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To number 83. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Woodard. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
He'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Eagles, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Again, he's got that man Landry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. 2nd and a couple. Up the middle they go. Woodard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Bears take
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
At the 33-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here comes third down and 7.
Brings up third down and 7.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Here comes the Bears punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing is Williams. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Bears are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Bears, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw is Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Luther Burden, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or something, but for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Woodard. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And an Eagles first down.
He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Third and 8.
Complete to number 83. A gain of 9 brings up.
They'll set up a throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Knight. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
To the air, Williams. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Throw left side complete. That's Knight. Now we got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Part of my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
In motion left comes Brown. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
The pass. Complete to number 83. It's a gain of 7.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Chicago, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.